Yo YouTube! This is my video for Friday the 7th of November. I've had a late start. I didn't have any work booked in this afternoon, and when I looked on the feed this morning I was looking quite early and there's not a lot going on. I put a couple of bids on and I won the second bid, which is a job going from Boston to Stockport, but it wasn't picking up until 11 o'clock. But I thought I'd rather have that in the bag than trying to sort of guess if I'll get a job. And on the CX it was 116 loaded miles for a medium wheelbase van. It's with a shipper I work with quite a lot in the local area, so I'm quite happy to do this job. I put 125 on it, which I thought was a fair price at the time. Now that I picked up the load, it's not 2 pallets, it's only 1, but it's very tall. It wouldn't go on any normal sized van, it says of its height. And the number of miles it's actually going to take me to get to Stockport, according to Google Maps, is 124 miles. So I'm basically getting £1 per loaded mile, which is fair, but I'm just a little bit frustrated why quite often there's a difference between the CX booking and the actual amount of miles. I had a look at the map. I don't see there's any particular reason why it's such a big difference. 8 miles is quite a big difference, but it might be about a slight difference here and there in the routes calculated because of the speed of traffic. So I'm not going to worry about it, but just I've noticed it often happens that way around rather than the other way around, for me at least. As in, the miles are more in real life than on CX rather than less. So I'm on my way. I'm going to get to Stockport and offload it by about 2:30. I've got a full tank of fuel. I've got my food with me. I've just been to the toilet. So really, I'm all guns blazing for today now. Whether I'll get a decent job coming back, I could. My thinking is I'd rather get one more long job when I get to Stockport than try and scrabble around getting little jobs. But whether that's going to be possible, I think is unlikely. I think maybe a job to London is the only way I can get my money today. If that's what I've got to do, that's what I'm going to do today. But I'm interested to see what happens. At the moment, all this week, I've been bidding higher than jobs have been going for, and I'm just hoping that today I can get jobs at the price I want to get for them. But other than that, I'm pretty looking forward to today. I've been off for 2 days, and so it's good to be back on the road. I do enjoy doing this job. Right, I shall update you if I have something else to talk about or when I get to Stockport. Cheers. Okie dokie, I was on site and finished with my first delivery. I say first with a chuckle, my only delivery, at 1:55. No, at 2:55. It's basically 3 o'clock. And I thought I'd give myself an hour here to find a job heading vaguely back in my direction. I have managed to win a job for Monday, a little job, which is fine, but nothing yet from here. So I'm going to start to head back. It's Friday afternoon, isn't it? It's going to take me 3.5 hours to go 120 miles because of traffic. I'm going to get stuck in various congestion going back, but I might as well get started. At the moment I'll be home if I leave. Well, I'm leaving now. If I don't get a job, I'll be home about 7:15, which isn't too late. It would just be very disappointing in terms of money to only have one job. I mean, it isn't really gonna be worth it to do one job, I don't think. Although I suppose just think about it, by the end of the month it all adds together, isn't it? So I don't regret doing it because you never know, do you, how it's going to turn out at the end of the day. But I don't want to hang around too much longer because I could be here for ages. As it is, it's going to be a long time anyway. So it's now 3:50. I'm going to trundle back home Look how dark it is already, and I'm just going to be looking for work on the way back. And if it comes up in the right area at the right time for the right price, I'm available. If not, I'm just going straight home. Right, I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you in a jiffy. Here are today's stats for my single job. My new average fuel price for this week is 13.25 pence per mile. Today I've driven a total of 265 miles, 265. When I get home it will have been a 9-hour day, and I earned from one CX job £125. 125. I've spent £35.11 on fuel, so I'll round that down. I've therefore earned £90.90 net of my fuel, which isn't very good. Basically, it's just going to cover my fixed business costs for the day. This week, apparently, I've worked 4 days, although I'd forgotten working Wednesday. I've driven 1,175 miles, 1175. I've worked for 33.25 hours. And my total turnover this week comes to £758, 758. I spent £161 on fuel, which means that my net earnings after fuel this week comes to £597, 597. Over the 4 days, my average daily net earnings is £149, 149, and I've made 50.79 pence per mile driven. And finally, if I was to remove a nominal amount of £315 for this week to cover my business costs, and that means that I've got in the region of £282 as my personal income for this week's work. 282. Right, I'll bring this video to a close. Thank you very much for listening to my video. I hope that you're all being more successful than I'm being, but it just depends on how you define that word for yourselves. I have got a job on Monday, just one job, and I'm going to stop for the day. I've got a hospital appointment in the afternoon. So I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Farewell, friends.